This is a little intro to Silhouette Studio. I'm going to get you oriented around some of the stuff that we're going to use the most in Silhouette Studio, and as we get through more project-specific stuff, I'll be sure to highlight those tools. This is Silhouette Studio. If you need to open or save anything that's in the file menu, I'm obviously using this on Windows, so things might be slightly shifted around if you're on Mac, but do your best to look for stuff. Over on the left-hand side, this is for making anything. All right, Silhouette Studio and Illustrator have a lot of similarities in that they're both vector-based programs, so you can add or edit points, you can add lines and shapes and text. Most of the time, I recommend that you get your art set up in Illustrator. You're going to have a lot more precision, fine-tuning, and control there, and then just import it and cut it from Illustrator. Over on the right, this is where you adjust a lot of stuff. Some of the tools that we'll use the most are the page setup to make sure that we're cutting on the right stuff, and the image trace panel. There is an image trace feature in Silhouette Studio, just as there isn't in Illustrator. The Silhouette Studio image trace is actually a little bit quicker if you're just doing a simple like two-color image that you want to cut onto vinyl. I do recommend the Silhouette Studio trace. Other than that, you have a lot of your tools that basic you won't need. If you do, feel free to dig around a little bit more or ask for some help, but this is just the basics of Silhouette Studio. All right, once you have your image in there, we're going to got a lovely square over on the top of our corner. Please be mindful with all of our resources of how efficient you are with your materials. All right, if I'm just cutting this square and I slap it down in the middle of a piece of vinyl like this, you'll waste the rest of the sheet of vinyl. So try and get it into a corner as best you can so that you are losing the least amount of material after you've cut out your design. All right, when you're ready to go, you're going to go over to the Send panel. And I'm using this from my computer. I've connected to our vinyl cutter already via Bluetooth, but you are welcome to use the computer that's already hooked up to the vinyl cutter, and that one is hooked up with a USB cable. So whichever way you want to go, as long as you see that your machine is ready, you're good to go. The only other things you need to do is pick your proper material. Your proper material is usually going to be glossy vinyl. All right, so you can search for your materials here. Almost always going to be using vinyl, so you can see all the different kind of vinyls are here. The other one that you might wind up using is a heat press. So if you type in heat transfer, whole bunch of different ones here. We will have more information about what the specific settings you should use, but you should probably start with one of the default materials. So you can do that, and you can adjust anything that you need here. When you're ready, you hit send, and that'll put it over to the machine, and it'll be ready to go from there.